let's start the session. Coming to the sitting posture, keep your back, neck straight, align. So come into the sitting posture. Relax your back and neck. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation. Deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Now prepare yourself for the 3-time chanting along with Shanti. Inhale for the Om. Feel the vibration sensation. Join your both palms. Rub your palms. Place on your eyes. Feel the warmness. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So in previous session, we discussed about the bone related issues, yes, and osteoporosis, arthritis, disc herniation, and the back related issues. We discussed about it, right? And I've shared you some pictures of it, so you can get the better understanding how these, your synovial joints is affected in the arthritis and how the cartilage is affected by in the osteoporosis, and what happened to your vertebrae when you get the disc herniation. And back related issues are, generated because of these problems. So now today we're going to talk about the solution. So the treatment, so yoga therapy for these kind of problems, okay, especially the bone related. I told you the Vat, because of the Vat is dominant in the body, Vat go impaired, imbalance. So you get these kind of issues. And because of the old age also, because of the poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, and these are many stress, wrong posture, sitting for the long period of time at a one place, and weightlifting, if you're doing not properly, you are doing any weightlifting, something wrong exercises, you get these kind of issues. Okay. Problem can be sometimes psychosomatic pain is also generated is because of the hair. There's a psychological pain also generated in your back, and because of overstress, overthinking. So that's connected to the some psychological disorder. So cure in the yoga therapy. So we're gonna look for the asanas and diet. Okay. So there's a certain medicine also we included, but I'm not gonna tell you the medicine part, but I'm just gonna tell you the what asana, what meditation, what shat karma these kind of people gonna do in order to balance their tridosha, in order to balance their vata dosha. So first we start with the a major, diet. So write it down about the diet. Diet for the bone related issues, and then I'll talk about it especially for the arthritis. So diet, if you wanna make for the all the problems related to the either it's related to the back or osteoporosis, arthritis or discrimination, it's happened because of the bones are weakened, right? So what we're gonna do, so you have to improvise your diet. So what you should take in your diet: vitamin C and vitamin D and calcium and phosphorus should be taken. And also rich protein diet one should take. Okay. Any bone related problems you are having, and even the ligaments related problems you are having, so one should, include the calcium, vitamin D. Vitamin D you can get from the plenty of the sun. So protein rich diet, protein you can take from the soya. So soya product you can include. Milk is a good, for protein and calcium also. So I keep talking about the cow milk again. There's a cow milk. So cow milk is very good for the vata people and making your bones, strong. So if you get the fresh cow, happy cow, not sad cow milk, but happy cow milk, if you will get, so you're gonna strengthen the bones, strengthen the muscles also. But in case if you don't get, so soya milk and almond milk you can replace. The cow milk could be replaced by the soya milk or the almond milk. Again, you get the good protein with the almonds and the calcium also. Another calcium source you will get from the coconut. So all, even the flesh of the coconut, water of the coconut, everything is very rich in the calcium. So coconut milk also you can take it, especially vegan, if you are vegan. Non-veg, I don't talk about much if you are non-vegetarian, but you know where you have to get the calcium. But I'm gonna just tell about that. Even you don't require having the non-veg, you can get the plenty of the, calcium by having the milk, soya, or even if you're following the vegetarian or vegan diet, still you get the full of rich calcium through your these vegetables and these vegetables and the certain fruits. So coconut you can take, then soya milk, almond you can take for improving your calcium. Then magnesium you can get from the banana. Also magnesium play very important role for strengthening your bones. So magnesium, calcium, vitamin D, morning time, write it down, especially for any kind of problem, joint related issues, to strengthen your synovial joints. So morning time and evening time, when sun is rising, so there's a, very, pleasant heat in the environment. That heat one should take. Morning sun, not the noon sun. Your skin gonna burn. I've seen many people, they lie on whole day on the sun and they get the, heat related issues. Pitta gonna increase. So what if you want to control the what, it doesn't mean you have to increase the pit. No, you shouldn't be doing that thing. So only the morning sun is ideal. Take the sun bath. Morning time is ideal when sun is about to rise, and at least 30 to 40 minutes you can lie under the sun. And even same thing you can do in the evening time when sun is about to set. Before 30 minutes you can lie. And how you going to lie, you have to, I know in European countries they go naked easily, but in Indian continent it's very difficult. So you have to wear the, though you have to take the naked bath, but the sun naked bath, but it's not possible here. So you have to wear the white cloth, the full one gown, white cloth. and that's how you're gonna take the sun bath. Okay, that's you have to take. Not black cloth, not colorful cloth you are wearing when you are having the sun bath. So white color gonna absorb the sunlight and give you the proper vitamin D. And one more thing, the massage is very much important for the water problem. So the massage should be given cotton white. Yeah, cotton white. Yes, Jagrati. Cotton white should be wearing. It should be, breathable. The white should be breathable. So very thin one, not completely transparent, but the thin white you can wear it. And cotton white is good item for that. Khadi white again is very good for taking the sun bath. Before taking the sun bath, one thing again you have to um, do the massage. The massage should be done with the castor oil. Castor oil, arandi ka tel bolte hain, right? Castor oil. Castor oil is very good for strengthening your bones. So castor oil with the mix of the mustard oil you can make, or you can make the garlic oil. You can use garlic oil or the ajwain oil. Ajwain, AJAWAIN, ajwain. So ajwain oil, how you gonna make it? I'm doing the research over these two kind of oil, the garlic oil and the ajwain oil, and I find the tremendous, benefit of these two oil. Very simple to make it. You can use the 250 grams of the garlic and 250 ml. You're gonna use the mustard oil and use the glass, bottle. Half of you're gonna use the garlic. You peel the garlic clove, and either you can chop it or just put directly clove into the mustard oil and keep that bottle during under the sun at least 20 days, 20 to 15 days. Okay, it should be ripened fully, cooked in the sunlight. Okay, that oil after 20 days, the oil is ready for the massage. It's very good for improving, balancing your vata, and also improvising the flexibility of your bones. And even garlic is very good for the inflammation. So inflammation in your joints would be reduced if you're applying these oil. And same with the ajwain, you're gonna make 250 grams ajwain you can take, and mustard oil you can put again 250 ml, and then keep into the sunlight 20 days to. Those who doesn't like the garlic smell, they can use the ajwain. Okay, so both are oil is heat generated property, and bath is a cold related generated, bath increase the cold in the body. So we are reversing this cycle by applying this oil. Mustard oil, mustard garlic oil, and the ajwain mustard oil is very good for balancing your vata and improving the strength of your bones. So this oil you have to apply before taking the sun bath. So you have to apply whole over your body, especially on your joints, and then take the sun bath. That's very tremendous, very quickly you get that you're gonna see that your joints gonna again get into the mobility, less pain. Gradually, slowly, you're gonna see inflammation is reduced in your synovial joints, ligaments improved, and muscles also gonna improve that area, because massage gonna regulate the oxygen level properly. Blood circulation is properly regulate those affected area, and then you're gonna observe inflammation automatically gonna reduce it. Then another thing, heat and cold therapy, you can go for it. So one time you have to do if there's a too much inflammation, so in that time you can use the heat, then cold, then heat therapy. You can go for it. Okay, that's you can go for instant relief. Okay, that you can do. Now, these thing is basically for the people who are facing the pain, right? So reducing the pain immediately, you can do these things. Then food, the diet, what kind of food play very important role. Okay, so yes, magnesium, phosphorus, vitamin D, calcium, yes, you have to include in your diet. Other things, there's a lots of precaution you have to follow while having your meal, especially arthritis patient. पहले लिख लो, arthritis, any kind of arthritis. Okay, there's more than 100 types of the arthritis there. So any kind of arthritis you are having it, in that arthritis, you shouldn't be having. Rest of the people can have the yogurt, but if you have arthritis, you cannot have the yogurt. Dahi नहीं ले सकते, ठीक है? You cannot have the dahi. So yes, special case with the arthritis patient, they cannot take the yogurt, rice, wheat. They cannot have rice, wheat. Okay, these things completely prohibited. Citrus fruits, all kind of citrus, lemon, these kind of things, oranges, these kind of things completely avoided. Okay, khatta bolte na, khatta, sour. They cannot take the sour food at all. Okay, it's gonna increase their inflammation. So I don't know what you called arbi. They cannot take the arbi, cauliflower, uh, cauliflower and full gobi jo hota hai, all kind of cabbage. Okay, these kind cannot, they cannot take it. Cabbage, cauliflower, and then mushroom. These they cannot have it. White chickpea they cannot have, and एक और अरबी. अरबी को I don't know what you call in English. अरबी. So arbi, then brinjal eggplant they cannot have. Non-veg, yes, they strictly avoid the non-veg because on non-veg it's very difficult to digest the non-veg. They have to take the easy digestible food. All kind of salad they cannot go for it. Only onion they can have, garlic. So how they gonna take the salad? Onion, one small onion, and then garlic, ginger, and few drops of lemon and black pepper and the black salt they can put. This salad they can have with the food. Rest of the salad, cucumber they cannot have, carrot no. मूली को क्या बोलते हैं? Radish, yes, radish they cannot have. Okay, these things strictly avoided because it's gonna increase their water element in their body. So when they are having the pain, that time they cannot have the leafy vegetable. So all the leafy vegetables should be avoidable when they are having the pain. But rest of the time they can have the leafy vegetable, arthritis patients, rest of the time. But during the pain, completely avoid the leafy vegetable. Then other things, moong dal, the green pearls. So green pearls with the skin. Green pearls with the skin is best for them. And how they gonna cook with the ginger? Potato. No, potato, what kind of potato they can have? Roasted potato they can have. Okay, roasted potato they can have, like fall, they can use the barbecue potato, they can use it, right? But not fried potato, not sabji ka potato salad roasted. You can roast the potato and you can add the onion, garlic, ginger, black pepper, and all these things, and then you can have it. Okay, but simple plain potato, fried potato, finger chips, no, you cannot have it. Okay, but yes, roasted one, only roasted, not boiled one. Okay, only roasted one they can have. And in pulses, in lentils, only the green pulse is very ideal for them. Green pulse with the skin, they should have it. And how they're gonna cook? With the ginger and the garlic. Okay, only the ginger and the garlic, no tomato, no other things they're gonna put. And do not use the pressure cooker for cooking it. Okay, you cannot use the pressure cooker for cooking it. So these things you have to keep in your mind. Pressure cooker food should be avoided for everyone, but especially for these people, those who are having certain problems. So they can use the clay pot for cooking, or the iron pot. Okay, or the iron pot. These two pots are ideal for them for cooking. Now, oil they can use the mustard oil, they can use the olive oil, they can use the coconut oil also. Coconut oil also cold in nature, but in cooking you can use it. Mustard oil and olive oil and the coconut oil, they can use it. Ghee, yes, if you get the, I know it's very expensive nowadays. You cannot get the proper pure ghee, but if you get the cow ghee, very good for them. Try to avoid the buffalo ghee. Buffalo ghee shouldn't be taken during the when they are having the arthritis, but rest of the people like osteoporosis, undiscalinated person, or the back related issues, they can have the buffalo ghee, they can have the yogurt also, they can have the leafy green vegetable also, they can have the other pulses also. But especially the arthritis people have to take more precaution than the other bone related issues. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. If you get the ghee, you can cook the food in the ghee, cow ghee, and the milk should be taken by them especially before sleep. Arthritis patient, they cannot take any type of the yogurt, छाछ वगैरह भी नहीं पी सकते, buttermilk they, but they can have the milk during before sleep. They can have the milk. How they gonna have the milk? How they gonna have the milk? uh, they have to use the black pepper, then they have to use the ginger powder. Ginger powder, it's called salt cup powder. Ginger powder, the raw ginger, dry ginger powder, you can use it. Then uh, cinnamon, little bit cinnamon, they can use it. So these things they can put into the milk, and little bit pinch of the turmeric, and boil the milk. And later on, after you complete boil your milk, then you can add 1 teaspoon cow desi cow ghee. Okay. That remedy is very helpful to release all kind of pain of their body. Or wo, it's gonna strengthen their muscles, ligament, fascia, tissues, and along with the bones. So these things should be done. They have to do it because there's no cure for the arthritis. There's no cure. No matter what you're gonna do, there's no cure. Whole life, even you are taking the pills, even pills gonna, later on, even pills doesn't work on the body. Inflammation go aggravated. Why? Because they are not controlling their food. Food plays very important role. So they have to, there's no other way. They have to moderate their diet. And even if they are taking the pills, they painkillers and other things, antibiotics, along with that, again, they go with this diet moderation. Okay. In the fruits, what kind of fruits they can have? They can have pineapple, chiku, mango, banana. Okay, pineapple, chiku, mango, banana, but ripened one. Okay, ripened, not the raw one, ripened one. How they gonna have? They have to use again the ginger powder and black pepper and the black salt on the top. So they have to chop down the fruits and then make the fruit salad and add these spices on the top. Okay, not directly they can have it, because when you use certain spices, it's gonna change the property of the fruits also. All the fruits mostly are cold in nature, and in order to avoid their cold property, you are adding the spices on the top. So these things one has to do it, right? This much is clear. Another thing, dry fruits are very good for them. Dry fruits are good for everybody. Okay, the diet which I'm telling you for the arthritis, it's good for the even rest of the bone related problems also. Okay, but yes, again I'm telling you, only yogurt they have to stop. Rice they cannot have. White rice they cannot have at all. And other things like other kind of pulses they cannot have. Pea, the green peas they cannot have. RB, Baggin, the rest of the things, even other people who are having the bones related issues, they also have to avoid it, because inflammation even happen in the disc herniation. Also, inflammation also happen in your osteoporosis also. So the food which causing the inflammation, you have to avoid it. Now for other things you can include, that is the dry fruits, almond, walnut, pumpkin seed. Okay, these things, flaxseed, they can add in their diet. And morning soaked one, right? I already told you how you're gonna soak these things. Soaked under the water during the night, and then morning time you can take it, chew properly. This thing you can do. Then next, yes. Another problem when they are facing the pain and instantly they want to relieve, ajwain potli, massage of the ajwain potli is very good. So you can make you heard about the potli massage? You make the potli like a piece of cloth. You have to put certain spices in them. So curry leaves you can use, ajwain, curry leaves you can use, put into the potli, heat on the pan, and then after the massage, after the ajwain or garlic massage, you can put the potli in your body parts where you're feeling the ache. Instant relief you will get, instant relief from the inflammation you will get. Then aloe vera should be given in order to remove the toxin from the body. So aloe vera with the turmeric. Aloe vera is a little bit cold in nature. So add the pinch of the turmeric and pinch of the black pepper. Empty stomach one has to take. Okay, these things one should do. Any doubt till here? Now bath, how they have to take bath. So taking the bath after the massage, after taking the sun bath, and after the potli massage, they can take. They cannot, take the bath with the cold temperature water. They have to take the bath with the hot, little bit lukewarm water, and putting the salt into them. That water is good for taking the bath. So put the salt into the water and then they can have the bath. So that water they always use for, especially when uh, there's a too much pain in the body, too much pain in the joints. So hot water bath should be given to them. And very important thing, they cannot sleep, um, when AC is going on. AC, cooler, they shouldn't be sleeping under the AC and cooler, because cooler and AC gonna increase their heart. And many people I met, while providing the treatment to them, everything is going well. But when they sleep and early morning they wake up, they feel more pain about it. And we are basically they ignore this part. So once you get the certain problems, it means you have to maintain the heat around you. You cannot live, you cannot sleep when the cold temperature in the cooler or in the or direct air is coming to you, direct air of the cooler, and especially AC, yes, it's very dangerous for them. But even the direct air of the cooler is again give you the pain, and also the direct air of the fan also give you the pain. So these things one should understand, because even if you're following rest of the thing and you are not maintaining the temperature of the body and the temperature is fluctuating, you are working in the AC environment or sleeping in the AC environment, you're gonna feel the pain. There's no way to heal yourself. This is most important part. Any doubt to here? Okay, very good. So this much
Arthritis,
is
ma'am.
clear to you. Now diet is clear to you. Now come to the asana, what kind of asana they can practice. So I know you are learning the Stanga Vinyasa and Vinyasa flow. But I talked about it. They having the thinning of the bone issue. Even they cough, they're gonna break their bone. So what do you think about? You gonna teach them flow, Vinyasa or Ashtanga? Maybe while practicing, you're gonna see they have all the bones are broken, right? Even the healthy person, they broke their bone while performing the Vinyasa flow and the Ashtanga flow. I've met many people, they get the injury. Okay. So many students, while keep practicing, they met with the injury because of they are not aware of the flow. So people who are suffering from the problems, you cannot teach these asanas. These are not the asana for the therapeutic, purpose. Yes, healthy person, yes, you can, if your body is flexible, you are healthy, you can do the Ashtanga Vinyasa or any other aerial yoga or other yoga. But best for them is a slow one. So yin, have you heard about yin yoga? Y-I-A-Y-I-A-Y-I-N, yin yoga. So the yin yoga is basically working on your breath awareness, giving you the stretch, full stretch, and give you the time to go into the posture. Yin is more closer to the heart. Okay, more closer. I'm not saying it's heart, but it's more closer. It's working on, it used as a therapy. Yin yoga can be used as a therapy. When I'm comparing the other form of the yoga, aerial yoga, no. The acro yoga, not at all. Then Ashtanga Vinyasa, no. Bikram yoga, not at all. Then other kind of beer yoga, many forms are going on. No. But yin yoga, still you can use as the therapy. So yin yoga, there's a posture, strengthening your muscles, strengthening your bones, because you are holding the posture more 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, minimum 1 minute. There's no more than the 5 minutes you're gonna hold, especially in the yin yoga. Okay, but in hatha yoga you go in 30 minutes, 1 hour. That is different thing. But here, when you're holding the posture, you're allowing yourself to go into the deeper level of the breath. And while holding the posture, you're allowing your body to go into the strengthened part, deeper level of the cells. Cells gonna improvise, cells gonna develop, and your whole body organs gonna, linked with each other. You have the time for breathing, deep inhalation, deep exhalation when you are doing certain posture of the yin. Yin, not all the postures are included, only the few, mostly the supine, prone, and mostly the sitting posture are included in the yin. There's no much standing posture. There's most of the time supine, prone, and the sitting posture. And even in that posture, you're using the blocks, posture, wall support, so many things you are using. Okay, so many props you are using. So you go into the deeper level of the posture. Yin yoga you can introduce to these people. Another yoga, that is the Sushvyam. I don't know you heard about it. Gentle practice. Sushvyam is a pre-practice of the yoga. I'll write it down. Maybe you can. जिसको पवन मुक्त सीरीज भी कहते हैं. I'll write it down. पवन मुक्त asanas. Okay, or another name is Sushma. Or Sushma Yagam. It means subtle, gentle movement of your body. For example, my wrist is moving. That called Manibandh Shakti Vikasa Kriya. But maybe in another name, wrist movement, right? In English we call. Then neck movement. Slightly you're moving one side to the another side. Then rotation of the neck. These are 55 asana. These are 55 types of the Sushmyam. And Swami Dhirendra Brahmachari ji, he again basically make this practice again popular in the common masses. So these Sushmyama were the subtle movements, and I keep telling you the bone related problems, all the bone related problems basically affecting your major joints. So you required what? You required the movements of these joints. So this is Madhibandh Shakti Vikasa. My wrist is rotating, the neck should be rotated, the pivot joint would be get the improvisation. Then your knee joint, that called Janu Shakti Vikasa Kriya. My voice is coming to you. Everybody can hear me? Okay, good. So these are the, there's a name, huge name, Shakti Vikasa Kriya. I know it's really difficult to remember Sanskrit name, but you can just understand the movements of all the joints. We have asana for that. Okay, yes, Jagrati, you want to say something?
हाँ, मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि आर्थराइटिस मेजर वात इम्बैलेंस होता है, तो उसमें वात प्लस पित्त दोनों पे हो सकता है क्या? हेलो हेलो,
वॉइस कट क्या तुम्हारा जागृति?
अच्छा अभी सुनाई दे रहा है? हाँ, हेलो हेलो,
मुझे लग रहा है तुम पूछ रहे हो कि पित्त भी होता है कि नहीं, ये पूछ रहे हो?
वात प्लस पित्त दोनों साथ में हो सकता है क्या आर्थराइटिस में?
Can't hear you. Poor quality. Hello?
Can't hear anyone.
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Okay. And where's you were gone, Vicky. Where are my shoes? You were gone.
Okay, now everybody can hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. My battery is going
Yes.
down. Quickly.
Okay. So, Jagriti, I think you are asking about that Vata plus Pitta could be affected. You asked this thing?
हाँ
Okay.
हाँ हाँ
So, basically what happened, because of the Vata
Bicycle.
imbalance, dryness is happening to the body. And because of that, you get the problem. Okay. But inflammation, because Vat is basically stop the mobility of the body. When Vat is stopped some places, so Pitta gonna aggravate autonomic. Remember in previous session I talked about it. Just a minute. Yes. Remember I talked about it, that how the Vat is, dominating the rest of the dosha. That if Vat is imbalance, so your kapha would be, stored one place, because Vat is giving the mobility to everything, even movement to your pitta, even movement to your kapha. So when your one joint is affected, right, it means, for example, pitta is stored in your some places in your stomach, right? But because of the movement of the Vat, the pitta gonna reach to the rest of the body. So what happened, because Vat is imbalanced, so pitta gonna reach to every places of your joint, and then it gonna inflame. So Vat is, because of the Vat, your rest of the dosha go automatically imbalanced. Clear, Jagriti? Because Vat playing the role of the mobility of the kapha, also mobility of the pitta also. You understood this thing? Jagriti, you understood? Okay, so we talked about that how the asana, what kind of asana you're gonna practice. So asana basically related to your joints movement, simple practice, not hardcore practice you're gonna practice, okay? The very simple joint movement, neck movement, your knee movement, your ankle movement, all the movement you require from top of the head for tip of the toe. All the joints, you have the many joints, right? All the joints you're gonna move, and that's happened because of the Sushmyam. I know not there's no many schools who are teaching the Sushmyama and the Pavan Mukta series, because everybody's are going on the following the fashion, the hardcore practice they are introducing to everyone, and they're breaking their bones. But even understand, all the journey start with the practicing the Sushiyama. Even first you have to release the vata from these joints, and because your vata, the prana is blocked here, And when you practice these small, simple practice, you're gonna activate the prana flow in your body. And now your body is ready for the advanced practice. So this is the step which many people are not following it, but try to follow these asana. Okay. Another asana which you can introduce, mostly the hatha asana, like balancing posture, you can introduce, but make sure with the help of the wall. Because I keep talking about Vata people, they think a lot, so they can do balancing posture. All the balancing, especially the standing balancing posture, is very ideal for them. But make sure they use the wall support or pillar support in order to maintain the balance. Okay, initial level. Otherwise, might they gonna fall and they gonna break easily the things. Then if somebody having the back related issues, so back related issues, you can write it down the certain name of the asanas. So there is a bhujangasana that called cobra posture, right? Cobra asana. In English, we call cobra asana. So you can either write it down the Sanskrit name or the English name. Names are available on the Google. So don't worry about it. You just type the cobra, so you will get the all the names of the Sanskrit. So cobra posture or all the variation of the Bhujangasana is very good. Okay. Then locust, LOCUST, locust posture. Locust posture, English name, locust posture is very good for the back, especially L4, L5, L4, L5 related issues are very good for when you're practicing all the variation of the Bhujangasana, but from simple to the advanced. Slowly, gradually, you have to observe your body, how you're gonna do it. Same with the locust posture, half, you can go with the one leg. So here, Bhujangasana, you are raising your upper front. In locust posture, you are raising your lower part, lower extremities. That is your legs. One by one you can do, or both legs you can keep into the air. So you're lying on the prone position. Okay, your chest on the on lying on the touching the floor, and then you raise one by one leg, or the both with the both leg you can practice. This gonna improvise your back issue. So these two asana is sufficient. Then Markat asana, twisting, all kind of supine posture. You're gonna go for the twisting. One hand is one side. You have to legs are one side and the neck is another side. Markat asana is ideal for the twisting your back. So whenever you require any twisting your spine, again it's very improvising the function of your back and also releasing the stress and the pressure of the back muscles. Okay, so these are the asanas. But yes, yin, soshvyam, and the few asanas, not all the asanas. Forward bending is prohibited for those who are having the back related issues. Okay, forward bending, they cannot go for it. Backward bending, they have to do it. So that's why I'm saying people who are having the major issue related to the back, they cannot go for the forward bending, and they are doing the forward bending. I don't know why. It's important that they go for the more backward bending, so their back would be strengthened much. Forward bending gonna give more pressure to their lower back area, and then problem remains same. So not all the asanas they can practice, only limited asanas they gonna practice. So there's a many asanas also, but only even 2 asanas, 3 asanas daily they continue practicing. Problem would be sorted out. Half of the problem would be sorted out. They're moderating their diet, they control their diet, 80% problem would be sorted out. Now, the pranayam, the breathing problem play very important role because you require more oxygen. Whenever you get any problem, it means because of the due to the lack of the oxygen. Understanding? So through the breathing, you are gonna improvise your bone cells. Remember, bones are living thing. Okay, it's very living thing. Bones are made of the bone cell. It required the oxygen. So even in arthritis, even asana doesn't play much, effective role. That's pranayama. So Bhati, remember I taught you in the pranayama class with Vayu Mudra. Kapal Bhati, which Mandagati. Mandagati Kapal Bhati should be practiced, which I already explained you in pranayama class with the Vayu Mudra. With this mudra, Kapal Bhati, Nadi Shodhan. That's it. Not many things. Bhag jayega nahi so. If you start teaching them, okay, this, he's gonna run away. There's so many things she's telling me I cannot practice. So two things introduced to him. One is Kapal Bhati along with the mudra, Vayu Mudra, Madhyam Gati Kapal Bhati along with the Nadi Shodhan. Only to practice 30 minutes. 30 minutes Kapal Bhati, 30 minutes this. Believe me, no matter what kind of problem, arthritis, accurate, chronic arthritis, he's having it, it would be cured. The symptoms would be reduced gradually. But if problem is so much aggravated, you required years of the practice. Okay, as I keep telling, the problems cannot go away very quickly. Even if you're taking the help of the yoga therapy, 20 years you get that problem. So it's not gonna go within the month. You required years of practice. That much dedication you required it. That much with that dedication, you gonna get proper 100% pure proper healing. Okay, it can be possible. But we are talking about the yoga which can delay your old age. You can control your death. So these are the very small things. Yes, you can get out 100%. You will get the 100% pure. Yes, I'm not saying, because science is like that. The yoga science is so wonderful that even this is the minor problems. We are getting the moksha by practicing the pranayam, by practicing the yoga and asana. These are the very small things which you will heal yourself. Just you need to focus on your breathing, your asana practice, not too much, but only 30 minutes asana, 30 minutes pranayam, more than like 30 minutes you have to do the at least breathing or pranayam. Then diet, yes, you required it to practice. You have to control it. There's no way. You have to moderate your diet. Then come to the meditation. You require 30 minutes of the meditation whenever you get time, because you require the meditation. What kind of meditation? I introduced many, meditation technique to you, chanting meditation. You can introduce all kind of mantras, whatever mantra you love, you can do that chanting. Kirtan, you can introduce to them. Little bit dancing, you can introduce. So their mind would be slightly diverted from the problem. Little bit activity, if they at least they stop thinking about it. Yes, for them it's very difficult for go into the silence meditation immediately and sit for the anapan meditation. It's very difficult for them. But rest of the chanting meditation, okay, pranam meditation, or another form, kirtan meditation, they can go for it. These kind of meditation you can introduce to them. Pranav, Shabda Kriya, natural sound, listening, they can do it. So these kind of things, they can go for it, meditation, pranayam. Along with it, along with the diet, they can get the proper healing. Okay. Any doubts till here? Everything is clear? So wonderful. Any doubt if you want to ask me? Okay, so let's end the session here. Om Shanti. Meet you at the pranayam class, and keep practicing, keep meditating, keep practicing the pranayam, and keep following all the rules and regulation of the yoga therapy. Mangal ho, bye bye, take care. Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Thank you, namaste. See you soon.